Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time for Alban. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in sending pretty much any other type of paid request, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. May take a little bit for me to get to it, but I will do it as soon as I can. Now, this is for the Crimson Rivers, which came out around 2000. I think I saw this film back in the day. I think at first I thought it'd be a bit more of like an exciting action film. I don't know why I thought that. But I will say watch it again, I appreciate it a bit more and I liked it. It's a French film. The version I saw had subtitles. And it stars Jean Reno, who I do enjoy. He was in the 1998 Godzilla film. I thought he did a good job in that. Leon the Professional. He was in the film with Robert De Niro called Ronin. He was in the first Mission Impossible film. So he's been in quite a few stuff, and again, I do enjoy him as an actor. He plays a commissioner detective who goes to this crime scene where a body was thrown up 150 feet, found in a fetus position. His hands are gone, and you realize he's been tortured and cut up. And I thought one of the highlights of the film is the location, where it's up in the mountains and the snow, and then nearby is this high-class college that has its own water power, its own hospital. It's for the upper elite, for students. And it's a murder mystery. And people said, oh, it's in the tradition of Seven and Silence of the Lambs. I mean, I guess in a way, yes, because there are crime scenes. But yes, in a way, but that's like saying if Whiteout, which is more than Whiteout, that film with Kate Beckinsale was in the tradition of Seven, Sons of Lambs. Yeah, because there's a killer and there's a couple grisly crime scenes, but I don't know, I think maybe you would expect too much out of the film if you have those comparisons. But I kind of got into the story. I think that's one of the acting and the story and the three primary things I liked about the film. And they worked rather well together. The mystery being like who killed this guy, and then also you look at the body, there's this water coming out of the eye, and you kind of find out that of the body the eyes were taken out. And there's this rain had come down and filled up the eye, so that while it's closed, that's why this water's trickling down as if it was tears. For a split second, for some reason, I thought, oh my god, the guy's alive. He was frozen, and we thought he was dead, but then he's being unfrozen, he's alive. No. I don't know why I thought that. I think you have the sub-story going on with Vincent Cassel, Vincent Cassel, who's this local cop who's searching into this grave, desecration, and some stuff was stolen out of school, including some photos and some papers of a certain year. And it's each one doing their own investigation, ultimately they come together. And I thought both Jean Reno and Vincent Cassel worked well together. I would... Maybe also when I first saw this, I saw the dubbed version, and it's better to watch the version with the subtitles because the voices just much more natural. The mannerisms come out much more natural. When you watch a film and you're hearing this really bad dub, that can hurt a film. That's why nowadays I prefer, unless it's like a Jackie Chan film where it's his voice, that I'll prefer that. But pretty much others, I prefer the subtitle version. Because again, the voice is just obviously much more natural, and you know it's taken out of the movie. So you have Jean Reno's investigation with finding another body, and you get some pretty cool looking these canals. It's like a canal where everything around is frozen. And this one other body encased in ice. Which that's the thing, the previous body was encased in ice, so again, it makes me wonder why I thought he was frozen. I guess being up there, somehow I thought he was frozen enough, and then, stupid. Because this is the body that was frozen in ice, actually encased in ice. And again, you don't like, what is going on here? What's the purpose of this? And on the flip side, Vincent Cassel, this is kind of a fun scene, but it doesn't fit the film, but it's still fun. Because Cassel is going on about this grave desecration. He listened to what the grave, who was in the grave, this mom who's the daughter of the girl that died who was in the grave, and her backstory. And then, there was a swastika on it, so is it a skinhead? So he goes to this area where there's some skinheads, and he gets to a fight. And the way it played off, where these other are playing a fighting video game, as well, he's fighting these guys. Decent fight scene. You're hearing the sound effects of the video game that the others are playing. So you're like, ready, fight! And then they're fighting again, and then when he beats them, you hear the game go, game over! I mean, I don't know how much that fits in a serial killer story, but I gotta admit, I did, I think I genuinely laughed. I think that was the purpose of it, and it made the film a little bit more quirky, interesting, and a little less boring to have this fight scene, like almost like martial art fight scene. And you know what? It might not be quote appropriate, but I'm still glad it's in there because it did make me smile, and it makes the film go at a better pace. Like take a little break to have a little martial art fight scene. I love martial arts. I love action, so I'm not going to complain about that. But like the fighting game, the fight noises from the game, because they're still playing while he's fighting these two skinhead guys. It just, okay, it's not what you expected, but kind of the fun of it. And then they finally meet with this suspect who's actually find out to be dead, and genetics trying to make a perfect fight dog, and then that goes into what the actual plot is. And that I found kind of interesting. And I'm not sure if I want to give that away. Again, the finale, I wish for a little bit more. I'll get into this. On the finale, there's an avalanche, and the best special effects for that. So at the very end, you have some kind of crappy CGI for the avalanche. You do get a decent car chase. How much do I want to give away? I would say this. I liked it. I thought it was an effective murder mystery. I liked the two leads. Jean Reno, interesting bit of his character is that he's really afraid of dogs. And you never really get to know why, but it gives a little bit of a little quirk to his character. Vincent Cassel, he has kind of a fun, wise-ass personality. And it's too bad that it took a bit for these two to get together. It's probably about maybe halfway through the film, maybe less, that they get together, because I do think they work well off each other. And I thought it was a good looking movie. The cinematography with the location they were shooting at, and some of the lighting. There's a bit where they find a dead body, gruesome dead body that would fit in Seven, that type of movie. And then they find a killer and they're chasing it, and nice looking shot where Vincent Cassel is chasing the killer, and you have the snow coming down and the dim lights outside. I do think it's a good looking movie that has an interesting enough mystery, two capable leads, that once in a while an action scene like the fight scene or a car chase, that for the most part was done well. I think the idea, if you like, doesn't end on a stupid, out of the blue, downbeat ending. If you catch the film and it's the subtitle version, I think it's worth a watch. They get more into spoilers starting now. Like I said, I like that when they find this doctor, his eyes have been cut out. He's strung up. And that's where you get the foot chase. Yeah, I like the scene where you get the snow and rain. And then yeah, the Vincent Cassel is trying. I like that they incorporate this in here because it's so true that when you're running after a while, you just can't keep up and your side starts hurting. It's like, oh, damn, that fucking bitch is fast as a motherfucker. That's a some bitch. While the cops, because I would be the same way. Like, sit down. Sit the fuck down. Damn, feel like my fucking kidney's gonna explode. And then you come to find out after some investigating, it's about eugenics. The crimson rivers. The flow with the blood of perfect men. What if you combine the brawny and the kids and you hook people up? Because apparently the region, the gene pool have been diluted because of inbreeding or something. So, but they want to combine brainy and jocks to make as good of a specimen as possible. To the point that they would even replace babies when they were born. That baby is more of the diluted blood, replace it with a different baby. Only come to find out, because of some mess up back in the babies they switched were twins. So, mom noticed, wait a minute, that looks like my daughter. And so, there's a bit of revenge they want on the eugenics folks that fucked some of them up when they were a kid. So you have like the people that want to keep this secret safe, like the dean of the college. The dean's son, in spoilers, is the one that chases and tries to kill Jean Reno. Nice little, what you call where a car turns and the car keeps going while pushing the other car and Jean Reno shoots shoots his fucking head like the motherfucker deserves. And you also come to find out that this guide who is helping Jean Reno earlier throughout the film is one of the twins. And she's the not evil twin. And then you have the more crazy twin. And again, there's some stuff, I don't know, something about the ending. I wish like Vincent Cassel had a bit more to do. And it's more of a standoff. It's not really a fight, a battle, a chase. It's just more of a standoff. I guess I would prefer like a bit of an action scene for that. But I mean, it works for what it is. It's not like I thought it was bad. And extra spoilers, the twin is killed. The good twin, decides not to kill Jean Reno, which is not the right thing to do. And her and the two cops have to get away from the avalanche and hide. It's pretty bad CG avalanche. Part of me is like, just don't do the avalanche if that's the case. Or, I don't know, I mean, that's the weakest part of the movie, is the little avalanche stuff. Or maybe there's a way to just shoot certain pieces and bit of editing, and maybe have maybe there's a cheaper way to do it that would actually look better. But again, with that said, when it's all said and done, I went, okay, it's kind of an interesting story, interesting concept. Like I said, the two actors did their jobs fairly well. The location, the setting, kept me intrigued to see what would happen next. And is it predictable? Again, I had seen the film long ago. I still remember bits and pieces, including that. So I can't remember when I first saw it, if I found it predictable or not. But I don't know, I guess before I got into spoilers, that'd be up to you whether you found it predictable or not. Overall, I liked that. I thought it was a pretty decent murder mystery. Like, this is what Whiteout wished it would be. I didn't. What the fuck? Whiteout was a murder mystery in the snow with Kate Beckinsale, which had a lot more bad CG snow and blizzards. Like, this was like a good version of Whiteout. For all two of you that remember Whiteout with Kate Beckinsale. Like, how you do that well. This is how you do that fairly well. So, with that said, again, if you like movies dealing with serial killer type, if you like Jean Reno, murder mysteries, I think it's worth a watch. So with that said, thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.